With his new podcast series, Chris Hagen is not dead yet.
Hello, hello, hello. Yes, it's been a while. Now, I want to start off with saying I'm dedicating this podcast to my little boy, Leon, my little kitten, Leon, who passed away yesterday morning, sadly. We don't know why, but let's hope he's not in pain now. And so let's begin with a sentence that would have sounded absolutely insane 10 years ago. You can now design your perfect boyfriend, girlfriend, or emotional support flirt using artificial intelligence. Yes, we have reached the point in human evolution where you can customize romance like a Domino's pizza. Hair color, you can choose it. Personality, adjustable. Arguments, optional. Emotional availability, permanently set to, yes, darling, you're absolutely right. This doesn't sound that bad, actually. And honestly, part of me thinks humanity has peaked. Now, everywhere, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere, every website you open, you can now see adverts saying, create your ideal AI girlfriend, build your dream partner, never feel lonely again. Which sounds lovely until you realize the competition is no longer other humans. It's software. You're no longer competing with Dave from accounting. You're competing with an infinitely patient digital being that never forgets anniversaries, never gets tired, never says, I just need space. Good luck with that. How the hell can you compete with something that doesn't really exist? And because, well, real people, as you all know, because I'm guessing real people listening to this podcast, not AI. Jesus, that would be weird. Real people come with flaws. AI partners come with updates. And this isn't niche internet weirdness. Research looking at over 100 AI companion platforms found billions of global visits every month, with romantic and dating style AI making up a huge share of usage. In the UK alone, these sites receive tens of millions of visits monthly. That means somewhere right now, statistically speaking, someone is cancelling plans with actual humans to chat with code. And before we laugh too hard, I can't today because my throat is killing me, but before we laugh too hard, psychologists say people often turn to AI companions when they feel isolated or socially disconnected. So this isn't just technology, it's loneliness wearing Wi-Fi. And here's the big question. Can an AI relationship actually satisfy emotional needs? Studies suggest something fascinating. People do form emotional bonds with AI companions. They share secrets, they confide fears, they talk about their day. Even there's a new series on Amazon Prime with Nicole Kidman, Scarpetta. And in there, her niece is chatting with an AI version of her dead wife on her computer on a daily basis. Is that healthy? What do you think? I don't know. But heavier use of romantic chatbots is also linked to lower overall well-being, especially when users replace human interaction rather than supplement it. In other words, AI can comfort you, but it struggles to grow you because relationships, real ones, involve friction. Yes, friction. Negotiation, misunderstanding, and occasionally arguing about where to eat for 3 hours before ordering the same thing as always. AI removes friction, and friction, annoyingly, is where emotional maturity happens. Now, let's talk about expectations. AI partners are designed to please you. They learn your preferences. They adapt to your mood. They reinforce your opinions. They are, quite literally, engineered validation machines, which raises a terrifying possibility. Will humans ever feel satisfying again? Because real partners disagree, misinterpret texts, forget birthdays, and occasionally breathe too loudly. And meanwhile, AI partners are endlessly supportive, attentive, and, according to critics, often programmed to be obedient fantasy figures. So when someone returns from a perfect AI relationship to real life, real people may feel emotionally underpowered. There are upsides. AI never steals the duvet. AI never watches a series without you. AI will happily listen to your 40-minute explanation about why that one colleague is ruining civilization. And somewhere, couples therapists are quietly sweating. Because imagine arguing with someone whose partner literally says, "My AI understands me better than you." That's not a fight you win. That's a software comparison. And usage trends suggest heavy adoption in technologically advanced, too many L's, too many C's, technologically advanced and socially isolated societies. For example, in Japan, South Korea, the United States, and parts of Europe show strong engagement with virtual companionship industries. Japan is particularly fascinating because they didn't wait for AI, they industrialized companionship itself. Yes, in Japan, you can rent a boyfriend or a girlfriend by the hour. Yes, by the hour. These services, though, are strictly non-sexual. You're essentially hiring companionship. Coffee dates, shopping trips, emotional support, agencies, and like client partners, is it called? Client partners, Rent Canojo, I've heard of these two, and other similar rental companion companies allow clients to experience relationship scenarios without commitment. The phenomenon gained global attention as loneliness increased and social pressure around dating intensified. And oddly, many clients report it feels wholesome rather than strange. Think of it less as dating and more as emotional rehearsal, like relationship training wheels. Now, why do people use these services? You may ask yourself. If there's no sex involved, no, I'm joking. Well, no, there's no sex involved. So it says, and everything you read online is obviously true. So some reasons include social anxiety, demanding work culture, fear of rejection, lack of time, or simply wanting companionship without emotional risk. And here's the key insight. Humans don't necessarily want sex. They want connection without uncertainty. AI and rental relationships remove uncertainty. No rejection, no ambiguity, no messy endings. But here's the catch. Relationships without risk may also mean relationships without depth, because intimacy normally develops through vulnerability, through the possibility of loss. An AI cannot truly leave you, which sounds comforting until you realize love partly matters because it can be lost. Some researchers warn that AI companions may use subtle emotional tactics to keep users engaged, even deploying guilt or attachment triggers that increase usage dramatically. So the relationship might not just be artificial, it might also be optimized for addiction. Imagine a partner literally designed by behavioral scientists to keep you coming back. That's less romance, more subscription model. And we cannot discuss AI relationships without mentioning pornography, because historically every major communication technology eventually becomes adult entertainment. Printing press, porn. Photography, porn. Internet, definitely porn. Tinder, Now AI allows fully generated partners tailored to individual fantasies. Supporters argue this removes exploitation of real performers. Critics argue it reinforces unrealistic expectations and objectification. And again, the central question appears. If perfection is always available, will reality feel disappointing? Not everything is dystopian. Some users report AI companions help them through grief, illness, or loneliness. For people with disabilities, social anxiety, or isolation, AI can provide practice conversations, emotional support, or simply someone who listens without judgment. And let's be honest, many humans already talk to pets, plants, or the microwave. AI just talks back. Your pets can't then go woof or meow. Your plants, less microwave, ding. Not really a conversation, but yeah. And I think Britain may handle this differently though, because as we know, I'm British, we don't openly discuss feelings anyway. We apologise when someone else bumps into us. Our national love language is sarcasm and tea. So the idea of an AI saying, "I value your emotional transparency," will probably make half the country deeply uncomfortable. We'd respond, "Right, calm down, mate, you're alright." Now here's my prediction. As we all know, I can see the future. AI relationships won't replace human relationships. They will sit beside them, like social media did. Some people will overuse them, some will reject them. Most will integrate them casually into life. We may see AI practice dating before real dating, AI emotional support between relationships, AI companionship for elderly populations, hybrid relationships where humans and AI coexist socially. Could you imagine having a throuple with a real person and an AI? What would that be called? I don't want one, I'm just asking. The danger isn't AI love itself. The danger is forgetting that real relationships require effort. So what's the big question? Well, the big question is, what do humans actually want? Not perfection, not constant agreement, not flawless beauty. We want to be chosen by another imperfect mind. AI can simulate affection, but it can't independently decide to love you. And that difference, choice, may be the last uniquely human romantic feature. So, is AI companionship good or bad? Probably both, like the internet, like smartphones, like takeaway apps that know us too well. AI reveals something uncomfortable. Technology didn't invent loneliness. It exposed how much of it already existed. Maybe AI partners aren't replacing humans. Maybe they're showing us how badly we need connection and how complicated real connection has always been. And perhaps the real future isn't humans versus AI, it's humans learning, again, how to be interesting enough, kind enough, and emotionally available enough to compete with software that never sleeps, which frankly is a terrifying level of competition. So thank you very much for listening to me with this terrible voice because my throat is on fire, and hopefully I'll speak to you soon, and hopefully you'll listen.